Florida's governor is defending his choice for Secretary of State. Neptune Beach Republican Court Byrd has been named to succeed Laurel, whose last day in office was today. Byrd will have to resign as state representative and be confirmed by the Florida Senate. Governor DeSantis says that won't slow anything down for voters. This week, State Representative Court Byrd is making plans to transition from the House to the executive branch of government as Secretary of State. He's a three-term member of the House whose role will include overseeing elections and a new law enforcement or investigative component to elections. Governor DeSantis told reporters today he trusts his pick to succeed.
Well, Court Byrd is very, very strong. We are not going to have to worry in Florida about bucks infiltrating our elections with Court as Secretary of State. We're not going to have to worry about ballot harvesting with Court as Secretary of State. We're going to make sure that the elections are run efficiently and transparently.
Democrats have challenged the appointment, complaining that Byrd is too close to the governor and unqualified. A Central Florida House member called Byrd in a tweet a hyper-partisan GOP loyalist who takes orders from DeSantis. Another Orlando Democrat in the House posted, "Terrible appointment. Byrd has supported partisan bills that place barriers to voting and has verbally assaulted Democratic members in the legislature."
And despite the fact that Florida and Florida supervisors of elections conducted what I would say was a great election in 2020 in Florida, there's always work to be done.
Byrd had a different side of the story when he spoke with me on This Week in Jacksonville. In February, I asked him specifically about an election reform bill going on during the legislative session.
How can you ensure that my vote's going to count? We all want that. We want to make it easy to vote, hard to cheat, and we're going to achieve that with this bill by making some improvements. And by the way, we every 2 years or every year, so we do this. We're always improving ballot integrity, voter integrity, and changing the voting system so that we make sure that people can feel confident that their vote is being counted.
And that's what Governor DeSantis says the state will get from his appointee.
So I think that we have a great framework in place. I think Court has been very, very strong in terms of wanting election integrity. And so we're going to be to the races, I think, very, very quickly.
Criticism of the pick continues to come in. Tonight, State Senator Randy Bracey issued a statement. It says Rep. Byrd must be thoroughly vetted and confirmed by the full Senate body before he's able to preside over the upcoming midterm elections. He's taking over at a critical juncture and will be the first to oversee a new election security force, which has unprecedented authority to hunt election and voting violations. Now, Bracey wants confirmation hearings to take place during the special session beginning a week from tomorrow.